Hello, hello, welcome back. Okay, so you guys have taken a prisoner, which is your favorite thing to do.
Stop mine.
And you can all basically meet up there. Do you bring the bodies with you, Nobby? Or what do you do?
Well, if the situation's been resolved on the bridge, then I'll go back and grab them, yeah. So we can keep them on one place and under watch.
Okay, so what you got in front of you is a chance to do a bunch of salvage. You have this broken shuttle and all these guys and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you can do salvage on that. You technically can fly that shuttle if you would rather. And up on deck, on the bridge, you have a guy basically on the ground looking really injured. And he's given up.
As
So,
you should.
are you going to go downstairs and bring those bodies? Just going to leave those guys? Are they dead? Did you kill them or did you just kind of knock them out?
I think we just knocked them out, but
Okay.
I'll, I'll bring them. I'll bring them with.
So they've basically been disabled. So when you knock somebody out like this, you have assaulted them into unconsciousness. They're it's not a crack on the back of the head movie knockout, right? Like they're bleeding from the cranium kind of thing.
Do they need medical attention?
Yes, they technically
say
need
that's
medical
easy.
attention, but you don't have to like spend on them. They won't die unless you decided that they're gonna die.
Okay, so nothing immediate. All right.
No.
Okay. Not that I would not necessarily know.
Yeah.
That.
You're terrible at medicine.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah,
any of us are good at medicine.
I'm okay at it.
Oh.
I'm not too bad at it. So I would definitely be, examining them, giving them the.
Okay, so do you bring them upstairs to all to the med bay like all these guys? Okay, so the two guys you got originally, you kind of described shooting them in the heads and stuff, so I think they're dead. So you have two dead fighters, two critical condition ones, and one guy who is quite injured. So on your sheets, their stock characters don't have the same stats as you guys, so it's slightly different. But that's the situation. What do you want to do with this guy? The leader dude. This Minha. Or Minhaj.
It's up to you. Because I wanted to,
Captain?
I wanted to make it a moot point.
Yeah, but we do have a bounty on these guys, so.
Yeah, we can get money for these guys.
Yes.
But money's so fleeting. Whereas punching
because you
someone's
keep
face
spending them.
feels so much better. Just kidding.
Money's only fleeting because you spend it.
Yes, it's true.
So, you can probably put this guy in cryo and then he wouldn't be a problem if you just want to leave him on board the ship.
There you go. Yeah.
That's a 3 difficulty task.
That's pretty difficult.
Actually,
isn't it?
Let me double check that. That might be
average for what we need to roll.
That might actually be just a project to do that. It's a really easy project though. Actually, no. Sorry, I moved things around 5 times. Crap. Just putting people in cryo when you want to do it like this is moved between three different types of scenes like 50 times. I have to remember how to do it. No, this is like a tech task. So this is basically a scientific task, and 3 is a common scientific task. So it's a technical task. Yeah, it's a common task which begins at 3. So, it requires biosciences to do, and uses a specialty. If I open a character sheet, I can see the skills. Anyways, and it uses a specialty of biomechanics. and it uses your incubator. So you're not really set up for this particularly?
No.
Let me check projects. You could probably do this as a project. Because you're not trying to do it in combat or anything. Yeah, so we're going to do it as a project. You want to put this guy in a cryo suspension, so you're basically doing a quite an easy one of these. And then you're basically doing function. I have to tweak this. You're not doing any of those things. Yeah, so you're basically making a cryopod for him to go into. So this way it costs some supply, which it should cost anyways. So this is more of a supply sort of thing to do. So it is a 3 difficulty and requires 2 supply. And because it's a project, you can do multiple tasks to make this happen. And the number of tasks you can do are for each mega different. So someone could do a yeah, they're mostly biomedical things to do this. So yeah, if you just do a 3 and spend 2, then you can compensate and give me dice. So you can't kill him if you're doing a project. So
we're kind of all pitching in on it.
Yeah, so somebody could get materials and stuff to make this easier. Yeah. But which would be a gather.
I insert all the tubes. And I insert all the tubes into him for prepping for hypersleep. I'm sure he needs food. Goes in somewhere, right?
Yeah, you could do a medicine task to aid with this.
Okay.
Like give him a proper scan and that sort of thing.
Okay. I have exactly 1 die.
Okay.
Not good.
I mean, I have a 3 for medicine or 2 for biomechanics.
Do you actually want us to each of us to roll, or are we aiding an individual, single person?
Yeah, this needs a pass. I need to do a pass on fabrication because it's not working the way I want. Anyway, so pretty much this is designed to kind of make different things. You're using supply to make a component of a cryo tube. So you basically inflate this thing and you make a cryo tube and you put the guy into it, and then he's stuck in that and can't do anything. So making the component itself is a regular task, so 3 difficulty, and component to which would be, it's not alteration, it should be device, is 2 supply, and then and then we need a certain amount of successes to pretty much succeed. And this all needs work. Anyways, you roll, and then we will compensate, and we'll do it on 1 roll.
Great.
And then I will fix these rules, hopefully for next time we need them.
Well, that's good. That came to that. That's what playtest for, right?
I made my way in the playtest. I've made my way on the most recent thing through all the different types of encounters. That's why they've been all flowing perfectly, and vignettes and all the scene stuff. But projects needs a pass. The only thing that's taken the good hit has been negotiation and salvage and travel. Investigation, procedures, and fabrication still need a pass. They just haven't gotten it. So we'll just kind of rig it up. So do a 3 difficulty biomechanics task and spend 2 supply, and we'll see what happens.
That is not going to be me.
Oh, who's rolling it?
I guess it's me.
Seems about right.
So if someone wants to go on the ship sheet and reduce your supply by 2.
Not it.
Okay, and Zatul, you can roll your only 2 dice. Because you're using your incubator.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. So, that's great.
Sweet.
You succeed. Because some of this stuff is... Whatever, it's fine. It's good. So you stretch out this material and you're like working with your chem tool and you're like pumping materials out of your bioincubator, which is like this basically incubation device that allows you to create different chemicals and stuff. Like if you want to make an explosive or something, you'd pump it out of here. And in this case, it's making basically this cryogel. And as it skirts, it kind of crawls along the body and then kind of inflates up. And the guy's like looking kind of freaked out. And it just forms around him, and it's kind of this green colored material. And then it starts to get harder on the bottom and all around, and leaves, because you did it right and you wanted to, it leaves its face free. And then popping out of it are these kind of bio component, because you program the nanites, the bio nanites, to do this. Because nanites are biological, unlike in some shows where for some reason you'd have a mechanical thing that's really tiny. They're actually little, like, basically you're making little viruses and stuff that do what you told them to do. And so they make this thing happen, and then it forms these little meters that tell how long he's been in cryo and his current condition and the injuries and all that sort of stuff. So those kind of pop up underneath his head. You can see his face, and you see the readings. Green, you see the injuries he has, and he's good. And I'm saying that's enough cryo for both characters. So his 2 fighters that are still alive and him.
Cool. I want to record his dreams so that I may use it against him at a later date.
That would be another task that you're probably not qualified to do. You should get biosciences if you want to do shit like that. Okay, so the one last thing we can do before you have a shuttle downstairs and 2 dead bodies.
Oh well.
So,
feed it to the ship plant.
Did you want to do salvage on it, or did you want to use the shuttle? The shuttle still works. Kind of. It's pretty damaged, I think.
Yeah,
it's loot.
It's loot.
So if you want to loot it, that's the salvage task.
Okay,
so definitely. You're doing a salvage project.
Or do you want to just sell it whole to somebody?
Most of the time we do salvage projects. That's kind of how things work. Unless somebody actually wants one, they're not going to want like some random damaged shuttle from another.
No, we could infiltrate with it.
You could try to do that if you wanted.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but it's I mean, we don't think they're like. Well, I mean, if their main base is underwater, which this is like a mostly ocean planet, so like that's possible.
We're underwater right now, right?
But you know what I mean? Like, if their secret base, which we are supposed to try to find, if it's underwater, then this could be useful for more than just salvage. Otherwise, it's pretty much just salvage, right?
Well, let's keep it intact for now. Okay.
Yeah, so maybe keep it. Yeah, just because. Yeah, who knows? It's maybe their main secret base is underwater. That's actually totally possible.
Okay, so you can salvage the dudes.
Can we hack into the GPS aboard the this thing and see where it's been?
Sure, if you want to do that sort of thing, you totally do that sort of thing. Okay.
What do you mean we could salvage the bodies?
Yes.
Like eat them?
No, you take out any of their augmentations just to make like supply out of.
Oh,
and
brutal.
You take apart their, because EVA suits are totally custom to the individual. Stock EVA suits that are for emergencies and stuff are terrible. Okay. It's like basically wearing a fucking. It's like any of the gear on an airplane, right? Like you wouldn't want to go water skiing with the flotation device for an aircraft. It'd suck ass, right? You'd fall over and die.
Right.
But it does keep you alive if you have to, right? So all their stuff's like that, and they have a bunch of stuff. So you can salvage that stuff, and it's based on the character. So there's only one station, because if you just do the characters, if you do the characters and the other one, you'd have 2 stations. So the way salvage works is it gets more difficult for every station. So the first station is ordinary difficulty of 2. Second station is regular difficulty of 3. And you pretty much have to do either mechanic station or harvester station, because they're people and their gear. If you're doing the ship as well, you might get a couple other stations.
So that would be...
It's much faster to do a way station. You can salvage an away station guy in like 15 minutes. Otherwise known as a kilosecond or kex.
Hey.
More you know.
Fun fact. Yeah.
I love the measurement. I put it in the book. Kex is a nickname I made up because I thought kilosecond was kind of long.
Oh, okay.
But it is approximately 14 point something, 0.6, I think.
Approximately.
Minutes.
That's cool.
It's a great measurement, a kilosecond. We should be using it all over the place. It's like a foot. It's super handy. Like, see you in 15 minutes? How many people say that, like, all the time?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So a kex is a great measurement. Anyway, it takes you about a kex to salvage something at a waste.
Do you guys want to do that?
It'd take you like an hour to do the shuttle, and only if you use the ship systems to do it. You'd have to, if you did it yourself, it'd take you like a day. So it makes more sense. Just salvage the guys.
Yeah.
So who's going to do that? I sound like Nawab D was down there doing that sort of thing. So
yeah.
Well, do you want to be doing that while these guys are putting the other guys in cryo? Or you could
go
back down there. You brought the 2 guys up, so...
Sounds like he's opening coconuts. Are you opening coconuts down there? Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So pretty much, because there's only pretty much 2 guys, you get to choose if you want to do harvester or mechanic. Those are the ones that make sense.
Oh, you are a monster.
Harvester?
The harvester station is basically if you're harvesting biomaterials from biomes. This is gonna be a biotech thing. You might want to do mechanic, and you might want to actually get Audie to do this because I think he's better at it than you are.
Yep, it's not my thing.
So maybe you stay upstairs and watch him make cryo while
sure.
Audie, are you gonna go down and take apart these guys' gear? That's really what you're doing.
Sure. Yeah, I can do that.
Because you're doing mechanics, so
yeah,
it's less grisly.
Sure.
Okay, so you go down there to clean up the mess while they stay upstairs and do some cryo, and you're going to be doing
get the mop out, whatever.
Probably a material scientist task.
Okay.
So you're basically taking apart their EVA suits and their weapons and stuff and getting some raw materials from it.
Okay.
And depending on how good you do, you build up a certain amount of reserve, you can buy a certain amount of stuff out of it.
Oh, yes.
So it's 2 difficulty.
Okay.
And this is considered...
Okay, I'm rolling it. Oh, yeah. Killed it. I got a 10. Does that mean anything?
You rolled what?
I got 3 successes.
Awesome.
1 10.
Yeah, the 10 gave you double.
It did.
It gives you a double success.
Awesome. Oh,
so you got 2 from that, 1 from the 7, and then you got no negatives. Sweet. So you rolled like gangbusters. And I just need to know which of these charts I'm supposed to be using. Oh, here we go. These guys are Rimtech, I believe. Yep. Awesome. Okay, so they're biotech or rim. That's significant. So you can get 4 supply, 2 complex materials, or 4 tons of significant trade goods out of this. So you could replace.
Yeah.
You could get 4 supply or 2 complex materials, or you could get 2 supply and 1 complex material. Per reserve you spend, so you get 3 times that. So your 4 times 3 is 12 supply, or you can spend 2 points on that. So
let's split it. Yeah, like that.
So each point is worth 4 S. I'm gonna put it in the whole chat thing. 2. Actually, isn't this on the? Was this on the contract sheet? I knew I moved a chart over here. No, I didn't move the solids chart over. Okay. Okay. So each point you got 3 points is worth 1 for 2 for supply. Or what's the last thing? I don't think the significant trades goods makes any sense. So you get either any of these.
Okay.
So you could get like 12 supply or 6 complex materials, or you can split between them and get 4 supply and 4 complex materials.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's split it.
Okay, so put that on the ship sheet in the materials section.
4.
And I think that paid for your project, and might even paid for a couple other things you did. Good on you.
Cool.
And you have a shovel that you can spend time stripping later when you have the time for that sort of thing.
I guess.
Okay, so
do we want to try to see if we can get into the shuttle's computer and figure out where it was, or we want to get aboard the station and save that for later?
What was that?
he was asking if you wanted to go and investigate the shuttle. Basically, you do an investigation project, which is only slightly busted, and figure all these sorts of things out.
Like, see if we can tell where the shuttle has been. You know, if there's some secret underwater base, maybe it could give us some clues to where it is. But we could save that for later and just go board the station for now. If we don't want to. We've been heading for this station for a while. We might want to just.
Yeah, you're pretty much floating kind of in. I mean, if you weren't floating in water, pretty much orbit. So we're basically talking about. Remember, the station is a big, almost round thing going around this spire of this ancient ruin.
Right.
So let's get back to the bridge and deal with that stuff. Oh, somebody might want to fix the ship. So you can patch.
Should probably do that.
The mistake he did, turn back on the air and stuff. So a patch will cost. You can spend 1 patch to do it. So that is a. I'm going to say it's a biotech fix.
I'm not good at that, I don't think.
Because that's what broke it, turning off the air. So you got to revive these things and try to patch it. So you're going to be spending Zatal, who's our biomechanics expert, with his 2 dice, has to fix this jazz.
What were you saying there, Audie?
That I thought maybe you would do it, but I guess
biomechanics.
Yeah, I don't know how you. I guess you're not. We overlooked that one.
Yeah, everybody took that as a dump stat, so it's pretty funny. Nobody has the skill except Zatal. Okay, so this is a 3 difficulty task to patch this condition.
Well,
he said it doesn't cost you anything, but it's just going to cost you. Or you can leave the ship with a negative to everything that happens in the starboard section, which is pretty dangerous because that's where you control everything from.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you could all go to the section over to the systems that you're probably going to use and use everything from there, and you wouldn't get any disadvantages. Just nobody's on the bridge, just flying around from the stern and port sections. You could totally do that. It just might suck if you get, I don't know, chased out of here or something. It's up to you.
Yeah. This is not great.
You broke it. It's all our fault.
I mean, I broke it because we're not that good at this, and
yeah,
we're also not that good at fixing it either.
But it is med. It is med this time, not biomechanics.
We're gonna have to do it.
Oh, okay.
Wrong, because you're actually doing medical care on your ship's hydroponics.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm going to spend a charge. Would my med tool be the tool also?
Yes, it is.
All right.
Because
okay.
I'm like, oh yeah, of course it is. Because you're not trying to drug it or anything. You're trying to repair it, so it's med tool, and it's medicine. So you got 5 dice. You're actually really good at medicine.
Yeah, that I'm good at. Okay. So I'm good. I'm not good at shutting it off, but
and because it's a patch, it's only.
I am a decent doctor.
Because patching is like a regular task, not a scientific task.
All right. Well, here we go.
You pass. Okay, so the way that works is it's like damaging stuff. So one of the things you can do if you're trying to do medicine on someone, you can spend more on potency, which works just like charge on your weapon, and heal more, right? So what we're talking, probably don't need to do that because you're just doing one thing right now. So I'm just walking through it so you know. But the patching is you're removing a 4 condition slot because you rolled 2, plus 1, or plus how much for your gear. I'm looking at the wrong character sheet again. It is 1, so that's 3, but it is only it's a 5 that's hurt, and you don't have to do the whole thing. You just have to do enough of one of them, just like you do when you're trying to shoot people, right? So that's good. Oh, that goes up here, and you take 1 patch. So you have a lot of patches to fix on your ship, but besides that, you're good. It's just going to cost you a bit when you get to dry dock. Okay, let's get back to things.
Yeah.
So you spend some time, like, repairing. Maybe he's, like, patching the wall a little bit where the rips in the walls are, and you're, like, pumping them with drugs and kind of nanites to go, hey, grow again. I'm sorry I blocked all nutrients from you and almost killed you. Sorry, Mr. Plant. Okay. So, you guys are currently floating kind of in front of this station. What are you going to do?
What does it look like?
So, it's a big, peaked, like, tall tower kind of coming out of the darkness below where it hits, like, a ballast of coral reef and rock. And that is obviously like this alien station. There's all these arms going to it, and there's like a station that goes around it like this. It's braced onto it. You're at the front, so you're right at the big gap in the front. And there's like another one kind of goes up a little bit behind it. There's a couple of little things at the back where it's like slightly larger.
Oh, sorry, is this underwater? Are we still underwater?
Yeah, everything's underwater. I'm talking. This is the aquatic research base.
Right. And okay. So this is. I mean, it's friendly as far as we know. At the moment, it's fine. Yeah.
You know from your interrogation of that guy that some dudes did attack here, probably at the same time the explosions happened yesterday.
Do we notice?
So they could be gone. They could be there, but there was guys patrolling it, so it's likely there are terrorists aboard the station doing whatever they're doing.
Flying around in the open.
You're basically floating there after defeating their guards.
Oh, right.
Are there other
open hill frequencies?
Are there shuttles like docked on the outside that we can see, or
nothing you could see? You could go. You could go and look around and scan the outside of the station, like do a circle and scan.
That seems
like a good idea.
Let's do that.
Okay. Because you probably want to know, like, what's in every little docking bay and all that sort of stuff, not just what's floating and open. Also, it's water. It's sulfuric water, and it's kind of it kind of sucks. It's about a 2 difficulty for you using the ship's sensors. No, okay. You're the sensor officer.
Yep. Can I get by just using the survey sensor?
That's what you'd be using, yeah.
Yeah, not depth analyzer.
No, you don't need depth analyzer.
All right.
Because you're not trying to just analyze one of the ships to see how many people are aboard or something. You're basically scanning the area. Your long range should be enough because we've described you flying around the station.
Right. And so...
So it is perception.
Yeah.
Survey. So it's 4 dice, and then you can spend a ship charge if you want.
That'll give me 2.
Because you guys have... Do you guys even have those? No, you don't have survey sensors anyways, so don't bother spending a charge. No.
Well, the ship has its own charges?
The ship has 3 charge, so you have enough to spend, but you don't have anything. So you'd have to pay 2 to get any, and it's probably not worth it.
So the threat dice are... Sorry, it was
2.
2. Cool. There you go.
Whoa, you get to charge a ship, so put an overcharge on it.
Cool.
And, yeah, you rolled amazing. See, that's how you have to roll. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4.
What's wrong with you? Just do it like that.
Yeah. Anyways, you rolled 4 and 4 dice. And one of them was a fail. Okay, so you guys fly around the ship, around the station, and you see a group of 4 shuttles just kind of floating and tumbling away kind of together. They look like, from your amazingly good scan, looks like they were basically cut loose from the station maybe a couple hours ago. Probably while those other ships were out and maybe not seeing it. Who knows? Maybe they did it on purpose. They look just like the shuttles in your shuttle bay, though.
Escape pod? Maybe they're...
Do we want to try to scoop them up too?
Yes.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
What's the
if you don't scoop them now, they'll be miles away by the time you get back. Because they are going away with a current. Because remember, the water's really green and stuff, because it's not water.
Fine,
so they're just like drifting away. They're not under power, right?
Yeah, they're not under power. Because he rolled really well, I'm going to give him other info, but this info we got about the shuttle specifically is it's obviously they were just like released. Maybe, right. And there's just enough because when you shut a bay, there's a bit of air left in it, so you get pushed away, and you usually get pushed away.
Oh.
Ships use that in space to automatically make them move away from the other ship.
Right.
They used to do it more than they do now, but a lot of ships still do that all the time.
So they
get pushed away, and now they're just kind of drifting away with it. They're like tumbling and just kind of rolling through. Moving away from the station. It's taken like an hour to get where they are now, but you just kind of detect them moving away from you. You could catch up and scoop them if you wanted.
That's some yummy salvage.
Well, Captain, what do you want to do? We can scoop these things now, or we can forget about them and just continue on the mission. Are you greedy now, or are you mission focused?
I'm kind of curious.
Greedy, yeah. We're curious.
What's in those things?
I'm definitely curious.
It's a bomb.
Yeah, let's scoop them.
All right.
Okay.
I'm sure nothing could possibly go wrong.
You rolled really good on your sensor roll. They're fine.
I will describe the other stuff too. Okay, so there's nothing else on the outside. The power on the station, there seems to be very few lights on. It's like minimal power, maybe. It could be in a power saving mode. It could be emergency power or something like that. You didn't scan the interior, so you don't really know. It's just what... there seems to be very little damage. Like doesn't look like it was actually directly attacked, shot at from the outside or anything.
Why would they do that?
You can kind of identify, where there's multiple airlocks. There's like regular airlocks, there's cargo bay airlocks. Cargo bay airlocks are great because you can move in multiple things, and move cargo in and stuff. But there's slightly more access then, so it's up to you. Other things that you would notice would be with the survey. There's nothing else out there, and it looks like it's just these shuttles. These underwater, designed for underwater shuttles. 80-ton utility shuttles.
Can we send a probe?
I mean, at this point, so much time has passed. It's not like we rushed in and entered the base. So I think we might as well take the time to scoop these shuttles as well.
Yeah, there's 3 of them. You'll have a total of 4 if you do this.
Okay. I'm down.
So somebody should write this once we do this maneuver. Write this down on the sheet in the cargo. Anyways, the stunt, it's not that hard because they're not really defending themselves or anything. So, but it's still a stunt. It's 3 difficulty.
Okay.
Just scooping things up in the water and releasing the water and not smashing them into yourself is not super easy. So 3 difficulty piloting task for you there. The man of the hour.
Mm-hmm. That's why we brought our hotshot pilot.
So it's a drive task.
Time to shine.
Is it grav drive?
Oh yeah. Pulse drive is when you're flying your launch or another vehicle, and archaic vehicles for like other types of vehicles.
And I'm getting pretty practiced at this too. So.
Yeah, you get 6 dice in it. You got a lot of dice.
There you go.
There you go. Okay, so you just fly up, scoop them. You manage to release the water by modulating the shield a little bit, and they all go crashing into your deck. So you can see them with scanners pretty easily because your ship.
So how many of these do we have now?
You have on your ship sheet, write down 4. 4 submersible construction shuttles. Just add it under assets and trade goods, right under marginal trade good. And tonnage wise, give me half a second to do math. Because that's how much room you have in your shuttle bay, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 80 times 4. Each of them is worth 80. You don't have to write 1 damaged. Because the way they're stock characters, it's just cosmetic. Okay, so 320 RV, or 320 tons. And we'll talk about RVs later. You're not sure how much they're worth. Cool. Awesome. You guys got some salvage. Okay, so what are you doing about this base?
We need to infiltrate. Like, stealthily.
You gonna go dock, or are you gonna try to dock stealthily?
Don't we have some sort of manned torpedo boarding unit?
You do not have the boarding trailer for a launch.
Oh, why not?
Because you didn't buy it. It costs you money.
I should go to jail.
Just like you don't have a +5 Holy Avenger sword.
No.
He starts out with its character.
We could disguise ourselves in their clothes anyway. But I don't know.
We can also use their hollow.
Well, you could, but being cloaked, unless they would have noticed you when you're flying around now. You didn't cloak yourselves when you're flying around. If you dock, I will let you dock quietly so it doesn't go bang and make a lot of noise, and it's just a stunt. We have our ace pilot here roll.
Let's do that.
To try to dock quietly so they don't necessarily notice that you're docking.
Yeah.
If they're standing next to the door, no matter how well he rolls, it's not going to do anything. But it means if he does well, not everybody on board is going to hear it.
Or we could pull up really close and then go out the airlock.
You could. I suspect mechanically, though, it's easier to dock quietly than for everybody to leap off and then worry about your ship floating away.
Well, that's nice of you to say, GM.
Because then each of you will have to make an athletics test to jump.
Paul, what do you want us to do?
Sure.
I guess let's just try to dock quietly and we'll find out what's going on aboard this place.
All right. So how difficult is that?
Okay, so which docking bay do you want to use? Do you want to use the front docking bay, the really large one for your cargo bay? So it's cargo bay docking bays, and there are ones you can just use with your airlock from your ready room.
Oh, dude, cargo, right?
Cargo is going to be harder to do quietly because it's fucking bigger.
Yeah, of course.
It's way bigger.
I see that.
Yeah, no, not the cargo.
Maybe we could build like a Trojan horse type and say, hey, delivery. No.
No.
Just putting it out there.
So yeah, the difficulty for docking at the regular bay.
I think because you're trying to be quiet, it's 4.
4
quarters.
All right, it's on.
Kind of hard. I rub your shoulders.
He keeps touching you. It's creepy. Humans.
Yeah.
But it worked.
I'm scared though. Yeah, good.
Okay, you get to charge the ship's reactor again.
Oh, I had to use the overcharge.
Wait.
You had to use the overcharge last time. Did you spend it?
I forgot to.
Okay. So it just have it stay the same then. Because the overcharge is overcharge. Okay, so you dock. You just like slowly creeps in.
Ugh, gross.
As it just docks with the ship. Pretty much. So you are now docked with the underwater ship.
Cool.
What are you guys doing? Is everybody you gonna wear EVA suits, or you just gonna go in normal? What do you want to do?
Oh my gosh, I'm taking every single grenade I have. Or do I have grenades?
Yeah.
Why would I want to throw a grenade on an underwater facility? Wouldn't want to do it.
Probably don't want to do that, no.
I need to fix my armor on my EVA suit. Is that just costs?
That just costs 1 supply to switch it out. So the way it works is it takes 1 round to put on your suit and to have the printer built into the ready room to make whatever you guys want for it. So
We should.
I keep forgetting to change the number on the ship one. Oops. Anyways, so yeah, that one's fixed. You also do have 1 interior slot that you could put pathogen filter, plasma installation, or radiation barrier on. Just so you know. And it costs 1 for each of these, so. You actually can put 2 outer shells on, by the way. You could put a pressure shell or another combat armor on that one.
Really?
I have a question when you're done.
Did you just do that at all? Or did I do that by mistake?
Yeah,
okay.
No, I did that.
Okay, what's your question there, mister?
Yeah, so the ship's AI, what's his name again?
Del.
Del, what good is he? What does he do?
He's like Windows. He does everything. So every time you're doing anything, if you were a group that seemed much more into talking to him, we'd be talking a lot more. So when you're doing your research online, you're pretty much, hey, Del, look this up. Look up these terms, and you coordinate with him on what you're doing on your pan. And the same thing on your ship. So he basically assists you in everything. Because all these tasks you're doing, like piloting your ship and stuff, are quite difficult. So Del is basically putting, like, crosshairs in front of you, and he gives AI support for everything.
Okay, gotcha. Just
and yes, we describe Del as a young boy who wanders around in fancy costumes.
That's right, yeah. That's exactly what, yeah.
What is plasma insulation?
That protects you from fire and lightning and that sort of thing.
That kind of nasty stuff.
On your outer shell, something that might come in handy here is a pressure shell. It protects you from being outside the station because it's pretty high pressure this deep down.
Yeah.
I actually have that as an augmentation.
Oh, you have that yourself. Yes, you do. And caustic coating protects you from acids or bases or industrial solvents.
Mr. Prepared here.
And pathogens filters protects you from diseases and other sorts of things like that. Alien symbiotes, whatever.
Germ freak.
And radiation barrier protects you from radiation. You can put any of them on your EVA suit. And since there's no rule against it, you can swap them. Because that's fine. Whatever you want. So once everybody has their EVA suits in order, we can get off the ship.
Yeah. I put it on good. We need to like...
Oh, you can't put it in that slot because you don't have that slot. You have to put it in the slot above. You only have the slots that you don't have checks in front of them that aren't checked off. That didn't make any sense. You have to check off the extra 2 slots if you want them. And the only person who's paid for that in character creation was Noah Deeb, which is why he's this armored crazy man whenever he's walking around like this.
So, I do have the outer shell checked. Is it?
Yes, that's because you took 1 level of armor when you upgraded, and I talked to you last time, and you said you wanted the outer shell so you could get extra combat armor, rather than the inner shell so you could get more pathogen filters, or the life support gel. So that's the 2 levels. You have ship suit, which is pretty much your Star Trek suit, whatever that looks like. You guys haven't actually described what they look like yet. And then you have this gel, which is filled with like organelles, bioengineered organelles and stuff, which is stuck to the inside of a basically metallic and plastic and ceramic like outer shell, a rigged up shell of exo armor.
Cool. Bio armor.
Well, the outside is it looks like a spacesuit, right? So the outside is like ceramics and various materials. It depends on what sort of protection you put on. If it's combat armor, it's going to be layers of ablative, like impact energy absorbing armor. If it's caustic coating, you're going to have this like layer of anti-acid, anti-base, kind of anti-caustics material on it that looks a little sticky, which Newbie seems to like on the outside of his armor, no matter whether he's going to be in caustic situations or not.
God, he used it too.
I know.
Jeez.
And if you're using the pressure shell, it's like these inflated things that basically hook your armor together in such a way that it doesn't. It can take large amounts of continuous pressure from the exterior. So you don't get crushed to death.
Just in case.
Okay. So we're missing a player who left.
Did he send a message?
No.
Oh.
Oh, he's just leaning away.
I just leaned back. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, who left?
You left. Okay, cool. So you're all probably in the ready room, right?
Let's do this.
So sorry?
What would be the best way to like get a handle on what's going on inside? Could we get in and like hack the system to see what the situation is,
Yeah, you can try to do that. It's actually a little bit difficult, that specific task, because it's probably a secured system like yours, so actually hacking into secured systems is difficult. You can scan as you move down the hallways, just like
let's just go dungeon crawling.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
Okay. So you guys head out through the airlock, doors shutting behind you, and the door opens perfectly fine. There's no problems with it. And it's like someone docked masterfully and it hadn't been 100 damage.
Good
and
job.
You come into a pretty dark room. It's not as dark as the mine you're in, but all it's on is a certain amount of emergency lighting. So what you're in is like a multi-part. You're in a ready room where like you see a few emergency suit bags on the wall, where these emergency suits that only work for a short period of time, and then they're basically just thrown away when you use them once. There are no personnel suits in here. Like if someone has the suit, they either left in it or it isn't here. You can see there's like little windows in the side. You can see the other ones because you're actually at a place where there's multiple ready rooms kind of all together, because this is like where they would park shuttles usually. You're actually parked like this, so you came out and you kind of ended up walking sideways, and then you came up with it on the gravity level, because it's for shuttles which park this way normally, but you're too big, so you had to park that way. And so you guys just enter the facility, or are you gonna? Yeah. Okay, so you come up, you go through airlock cycling a little bit, and you pop out into kind of an area where you'd meet, maybe have meetings and stuff. There's a big kind of table which has probably normally has holographic things all up, but none of that's on right now. And there's all the doors to the different ready rooms, and it looks like a general like situation room that the exterior groups would use for various things. There's a bunch of like station areas where you would go and sit while you were doing work involving whatever the hell they do out here, like probably moving construction vehicles along the relic. And there is 2 doors going out of this room into other rooms, besides the ones that obviously go into ready rooms, of course.
Oh, what do you guys want to do? This.
It's dark, and there's like it seems like the hydroponics is still working, but it might be a bit low.
Where is everybody?
Can I get a scan of the facility?
You can't scan the entire facility, but you could scan like the next room or the room you're in or something.
Is there like a computer terminal or anything that we might be able to see if it's powered up and
R2D2 can access?
This is actually a pretty high tech. It's a Rimward one, so they would be a core like you guys have a core facility somewhere. You could probably a large facility, so yeah, like I said, the table there is technically machined. There's no power to it right now. There is a minimal amount of power. It wasn't like it was stripped of stuff. It is a 0-point machine, like your links. You can see if there's anything available to general users, and then you'd have to hack from there if you want to try to do that.
I think you guys are pretty good at hacking, right?
I'm a little bit.
So Paul can do it.
Yeah.
The guy with the other skills.
So I guess I'll do that while you're
Thank you,
just scanning around.
Yeah, I'll scan the two different directions.
Okay, cool.
I stand in the middle.
You're just guarding, watching for people?
Yeah, I'm just keeping a keen eye.
Also an important job.
Yes.
Okay. So, you're ready just in case something happens.
Yeah.
Multiple region, would that be because I want to scan both rooms, or can I just do one after the other?
You can do one after the other if you want.
Which is better? I don't know.
It'd be easier to do one after the other.
Okay, let's just do that then. So, is it survey or analysis? That's the same role.
So, what are you trying to do, and how far are you trying to scan? You can scan at long range, which means not in the region next to you, but the region next. If you want AoE to try to scan all that sort of stuff, then that's one more difficult.
Nearby threats, basically, I just want to see what's in the next room.
So you're just looking for motion, anything like that, right?
What? Motion, life science.
You can't do life science. It's not a thing.
What?
What are life signs? Let's make
Find
sense.
motion. Heat. Heat signatures.
Yeah, you get heat, and you get
okay.
kind of get heat. You can get motion. Pretty much anything that imprints space-time, you can get from a scan.
All right, cool. That's acceptable.
But you can't tell if something's just living somehow.
Can we detect antimatter?
I deduce from the input of the.
Yes, you can deduce from
evidence.
all sorts of things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, you're analyzing the rooms. It's gonna be one more difficult because of because you're doing both areas.
Okay.
For the distance, so you're trying to scan like full 2 regions away through a door. That is 4 difficulty.
Oh, no. I just wanted the next room. I don't want 2 rooms away.
Okay, next room. Then it is. What did I say before?
You said 4.
3 difficulty.
Sweet. Deal.
Nice.
Okay, so there is nothing moving on the other side of the door.
Actually, if it was 4, I still would have succeeded.
Not necessarily. The other one could have been a 1.
Oh, that's right. The other day, you get another die.
Yeah, that's pretty funny, isn't it? Okay, so you can tell the next area is a corridor of some sort, and there are some doors off of it, and there is no movement out there.
All right, and then the other one?
And there's no power or lights. Roll again for the other one.
Other one... I relay this information, obviously, to the captain and
yeah. Everyone's considering most information relayed, unless you don't.
I'm having trouble reading the other room.
You're not sure why, but on the other side, you're not really reading a lot.
I send audio.
It doesn't seem to be anything through it at all. Everything is everything's fine here. Everything's good. No, so pretty much. Let me double check what we can do here.
Audi, go look, Audi.
Sounds way too much like a dog's name.
You're our trap badger.
I gingerly step.
At first, you don't really read anything, and then you get some movement this direction.
Oh,
I'm not sure what it is.
Movement. Just as Audi's about to open the door, I'm like, wait!
It's a small child.
Okay, meanwhile, Hacker Hackerson is hacking.
Oh yeah, do that.
Like you've never hacked before.
Okay, so this is kind of difficult. What are you trying to do?
I mean, first just seeing what's available.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
just
you just
open
kind of
at the
go, you
turn
just
of-
ping
turn
it to see if it gives you anything. It gives you a location and a general map of the area.
Map is
and
good.
Asks you to register with your superior officer as soon as possible.
And yeah,
Actually, it doesn't say superior officer. It says ask you to register with scientist in charge as soon as possible. It doesn't even give their name. So
I think that
sorry.
part of that cut out, so it doesn't even give. And then I didn't hear.
Oh, it gives you. It asks you to register with the scientist in charge, but it says scientist in charge. It doesn't actually give a name. Like it's top secret, or like they haven't bothered updating the computer or something.
Okay, so if I want to just hack past the security to see get more information, that would be a inscription hack roll.
Inscription hack roll. Yeah.
And then
so
and
this
then
is
that would
secure,
use.
So it's encrypted. So it's pretty difficult. So we're talking 7. Don't you? You should feel so happy because this is how hard it is for other people to hack your shit.
Well, I mean, it's a great chance to make a. I can never remember the name of it.
A desperate action.
Desperate. Because every time I try to think about it, I just think dumb. A dumb action. I don't know. That's not the real name for it.
That is fine. So inscription hack, you get 3 dice. You can use your development kit to get 2 more dice.
And which maybe succeed.
5.
5 against 7. But then it wouldn't be desperate.
Nope. But you might succeed.
I suppose that's a positive.
It's up to you, whichever you'd rather do. But when you're rolling more dice, the more dice you roll, no matter even if you got a bunch of negatives, you still got a better chance of getting a crit if you do succeed. Because if you roll all 6, it's fucking crit. If you roll 3 dice, it's kind of hard to get a crit. It means you have to roll a 10.
This would be my last charge, is the problem.
That is true. You might not want to blow your last charge.
Do it.
You'll have 2 charge if you just do the desperate action. Bum, bum, bum.
I mean, I feel like failing on the desperate action, we'll still get some information. It just won't be it won't be information we want to get, but it'll be information.
Well,
yeah, I feel like I don't want to spend my last charge on this. So I feel like it's either I realize this is going to be too difficult to, it's too secure a system and it's not worth, or I just make it desperate.
Come on, eat your last Twinkie. Do it.
Just succeed at the roll.
Yeah, just roll crits.
You can do
it. Okay, just do that.
Like they say, talk shit. Roll crits.
Talk shit, roll crits.
Yeah. Talk shit, roll crit.
You can do whatever the hell you want if you just roll good.
That's right.
Do it.
Choose.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna. I don't think I'm gonna attempt it. I think I'm just gonna back off.
Okay, so you realize all you get is pretty much a map of the area, and otherwise you'd have to like hack this thing. You're like, I can do that later, maybe. So you pretty much have a map. I'll basically be telling you where you are beforehand, but what you see in front of you is the place where he saw the movement was in front of suites, a series of suites for soldiers and workers. The side he didn't see anything on, that's supposed to be offices. And then as you move along, you have next to the suites, you'll have a full section full of labs and a section, and then an area kind of above. You have to take an elevator down from either the labs or next to the offices on the other side. There are other sorts of labs. There's 2 different types of labs. There's a material lab, a bio lab, and then more down there, this is the reactor kind of below you, and you can get there via the labs, or the material labs, and there is a, down around the end, there's a large set of cargo bays, and then up on the top, there's a top area that you can get to from the cargo bay that brings you to the collection, like where they're actually entering and collecting from the ancient, whatever it is, the ancient building.
We're going up against potentially at least 6 more guys, if the same amount were on those 2 ships, right? I guess
you could. That seems like a stretch to know, but.
Oh, why?
Oh, if there were guys on those ships, there'd be 6 guys for the piloting crew. They could have a whole Marine squad on each ship too.
How much?
Or whoever transporting in the back.
So do we know how many personnel would each one of those
max personnel? Like because they're utility craft, they're only 80 tons. They're really tiny. They could fit 4, and if you really squished, and it's spec'd for 4 in the back of each of them.
So potentially 8.
So there were 3 craft. So, and that means that none of them came in the other craft that you already destroyed. So 4 times 3 is 12, plus the pilots is another 6. So
that's too many. It's too many for the 3.
18 dudes, but you have no idea.
I have no idea,
like,
but I mean,
here's the max number that they could possibly be.
Right. We just have to assume, though.
Plus anybody that was aboard the station or lives here or came aboard in a different way. Like, you don't have a lot of data.
So we should go lock that. Let's go lock the door that we saw the movement by, so nobody can get out. And just hope it's spiders. What do you guys want to do? We don't have a lot of info. That's the thing right now.
You should explore and find more info.
So is there anything in this room immediately? Do I need to search a little bit deeper if I want to see if there's anything?
There's pretty much nothing here. It's like there's a lot of
Okay.
chairs and notebook or like places to sit and look at your pan and stuff.
Right.
This is a living space for meetings before people go out in the little worker things and fly around and pick stuff up and probably put it in the cargo bays that are on the map that are at the end of the hooks. There's 2 giant cargo and sorting facilities, and then those are connected to the labs, and there's a collection facility which is kind of like an airlocky kind of room, and it's got tunnels connecting to the facility. I should have probably drawn this on the thing, but can you even see this? No, you can't because it's too bright.
A little bit.
Oh, look at that.
Okay.
Yeah, I can kind of see it.
And where are we?
It's reversed
cargo?
for some reason.
No. The ready room, right?
You're at the one at the bottom.
Okay. Well, I think we should just pop just go the way that there was no movement just yet. In the next room.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So you'd rather leave whatever's moving at our backs?
At our backs?
Oh, we're sneaking, aren't we?
Yeah.
I mean,
you're walking around in EVA suits in mildly large rooms. You can totally stealth and stuff if you want, but
No. I mean, as in, we were trying to be unnoticed for as long as possible.
To get more info? Yeah, right?
All right. I'll buy that.
Yeah, they don't want to just walk into some dudes, is what they're saying, man.
Yeah, if we walk into some dudes,
what I was
office
thinking.
workers or whatever, they're just going to call set off the alarm.
That's why I was saying, like, there could be this many guys waiting somewhere, so just to be safe. I don't want to have French for dinner.
Okay.
Well, they do seafood really well. That's good. Going to the room that didn't have the motion in it there.
Okay, so you're heading into the hallway outside of a group of offices. So you move through the door, and you see a series of doors, and there are little holographic name tags on them. If you look at the name tags, you see...
look at the name tags.
Do you?
I looked the hell out of them.
Okay. They'll ping automatically unless you try not to.
Oh, yeah, because my HUD... Yeah.
Yeah, so you see Dr. Abel Takawari and Dr. Mathis Tour and
He's ringing any bells?
Dr. Bell and Dr. Jacobs and Dr. Noir.
Does it have any other title besides Doctor? Doctor what?
There's a whole pile of letters after them.
Yeah. Does anybody know what that is?
Do you have geosciences at all?
I think I do, actually. I have planetology.
If you have any if you have any trained geosciences or specialties in geoscience, I'll just tell you what to know. So most of them seem to be doctors of archaeology, material sciences, that sort of thing. So
it's the same. It's the same facility as the last one, just under.
Yeah, I mean that had one doctor in it who was doing collections. This is a much bigger site with it had like 5 doctors.
Makes sense.
From what you can tell, Dr. Abel Takawari is the one doctor in charge of the facility, just from the name tags.
Now you can hack. You know it. Let's go ahead.
Maybe he left the password on a sticky note.
Since you just are logged in via bio interface into your link, no. You don't need passwords, man. That's why it's hard to hack nowadays.
Should we go knock on his?
You want to go to some of the offices, or are you gonna keep going?
I want to go into the big boss's door.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the door's locked.
Son of a bitch.
You could try to hack it open, or which it'd be its own thing, be easier than hacking the internal computers, or you could just click it open with mechanics.
I could definitely do mechanics, but if you want to hack it, I'm fine with that too.
You might be better at mechanically opening it than I am at hacking.
Okay.
He is.
I'll give that a try.
That would be my guess.
Yeah, that is his expertise. He's a mechanic.
I am a mechanic.
Yeah,
I'm a bypass.
I'm like a part-time amateur hacker. I'm an enthusiast. I'm not an expert.
That's cute.
So you can use your utility manipulator and your multi-tool to help you if you want.
I don't have anything to burn, so...
Okay. Yeah. Well, roll really good and you'll get some dice.
I'm raw dogging this one here.
Okay, and it's a 3 difficulty.
Okay. And it's mechanics, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, the same thing. And 3 threads. Here goes nothing. Yeah.
Boom. Okay, so you're like, the door opens, makes no noise whatsoever, silent, no alarms, no nothing happen. Beautiful.
I act like I'm not surprised. I just like, yep.
You've opened a door. That's what I do.
All right, let's rummage through this guy's stuff just because we're nosy.
Yeah, I'm looking for donuts mostly.
Okay. So you enter the room. It is pretty obvious. You know that he is a xenoarchaeologist. And you can tell by the facilities very quickly that he's Septox. Because, they're not like standard human chairs or something. They're Septox chairs.
What is that? Oh, it's a chair.
Yeah, there's a place to perch when you're
just
somebody like your captain. And so there's like a desk-like unit and a bunch of stuff. There's like some holographic pictures that don't really need main power to run. And they're all flapping. You see pictures of him and his brood of family in a desert somewhere in the sun, looking really happy to Zatal. Everybody just look a bunch of squids sitting over there in the desert to most other people. And
definitely looking at that longingly while we're here, like underneath tons of water.
Yeah,
definitely feeling uncomfortable with that fact.
You actually, there's actually a picture of him doing a dive test as well that pops up next on the picture frame as you're looking at this, like the whole picture frame, and he's looking brave. Like he's like, yay, I'm so brave. And the his dive guide is, helping him into the water in like an EVA suit and stuff. So.
It's totally not his environment.
No. Septox do not like the water.
Why was I sent here?
Yeah. So, yeah, you see that sort of thing. Are you searching the office?
Does it look like somebody's already searched it? Or like, is everything look normal? Or
everything looks strangely normal, yeah.
Huh.
There are windows from this, and you can see the basically the giant alien
dig site
tower thing.
Oh.
So it's all pointy. You see all these like little windows that look like they've been degrading under the sulfuric acid that goes for hydrography on this planet. And yeah.
Cool.
There's actually some lights on the device that you could see from this point. Perhaps the doctor had them sit there so you can actually see what he's working on.
To look at the...
Just so he could see.
Right. Oh, okay.
It's pretty cheap.
He wanted a nice view.
He just wanted a view of something besides water, probably. So there are some lights on it. It's probably a lot brighter normally when the facility's power is up on max.
Well, I checked for buttons underneath the desk.
Okay, you're going to search the room. That's what I'll take that as.
Yep.
Okay, that's a perception kind of task. Analysis.
I'll roll it. I don't care. Do you guys want? Who wants to roll it?
I can roll it.
You said you were going to do it, so.
Tell me what you want to scan.
So he just wants to search the office, see if there's anything hidden or.
Yeah, just perception.
So you could just do it yourself, man. You just don't want. He said you want to do it.
Okay. Analysis, you say?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the threat?
2.
I hit my head on the table. Oh, almost.
Okay. So you kind of search around. There's not a lot in here. He's got a bottle of some sort of septic beverage hidden underneath one of the tables. And
does it taste like?
What's it taste like?
Taste.
If you try it, it's terrible. Like, it's really terrible.
Yeah, I do try it, and I think this is horrible.
You see him taking a drink out of a very expensive bottle of whatever your people drink. Is it all?
We're carnivorous desert creatures, so yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, perhaps it's like
it's like fermented scorpion blood or something.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh.
It's fermented scorpion blood. It's terrible.
Gross.
It is terrible.
It's actually more like the ichor from the scorpion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Scorpion bile.
It's like the life force.
It's spicy. It's picante.
It's picante. Has a little bit of kick.
Yes.
Is this supposed to go in your mouth? It's supposed to go in your mouth, right? Is it tall? Is it tall?
So yeah, he's mocking you and your people. And the other thing you find is a chip. So in this world, everything works on hyperdiamond, which is carbon nanotube crystals, and when you can take a little tiny piece and do things with it. So all those pictures you saw, that was just a little chip inside a frame, and the signs on the doors, those are just little chips in the things, and those aren't networked to anything or anything like that. So you actually do find a chip kind of dropped away behind something.
Sweet.
Cool. How does one find out?
So you can access it using if it's secured at all. You'll have to hack it. Otherwise,
I give it to the hacker. Hey. Ooh.
All right. Yeah. Let's take a look.
Check this out.
Okay, Zatal. Oh, this is definitely a hack test. It is secured. But it isn't as difficult as hacking a secure system of a ship or something.
Oh, don't you disappoint me.
So it is
You're like the road.
5 difficulty.
Screw this up for us.
Because technically... Yeah.
That's not much easier. But it is easier.
It's significant.
It requires usually expertise or points spent.
All right, I'll spend a point of charge.
Yeah.
It's actually a pretty good chance I will succeed if I do that. So, waste.
Oh.
Never a waste. Never.
You only rolled -2. You just didn't roll more than... You only rolled 2, like, successes.
Bummer.
2 out of 5. That's actually pretty uncommon. Okay. So...
I was feeling guilty. I saw his fellow Septox. I was all ready to snoop through all his stuff, but now I'm like having sympathy for this guy.
So when you try to access it, you pretty much get stuck at... You get asked for, like, codes because it doesn't recognize the pan as its mother. That's the one that created it. So when you try to get past it, you see for a split second a list of contents for just a split second. You see a list of contents, which are research notes, kind of folders, and then it locks you out. And a message pops up on the lockout page, saying emergency emergency station boarded. Emergency.
Fuck. No.
So it's basically the OS in this would be a clone of his OS, which is probably the station's OS. So you don't know what that's like, but the further you go down that cloning, the dumber it gets. So the OS on a chip has to have like everything stripped away, so it's just stupid. So it just basically a message is popping up. It's like, oh my god, so it's basically like an alarm. Yeah. And that's all you get. So you basically get the locked out back window and this extra message that's been put there on purpose. Like his pan went, emergency, and everything got told to send this message.
Okay.
It's surprising his door didn't, but maybe the OS on that is even more strict, so it didn't have the ability to.
What just happened?
So you have this chip. You can put it down on a note or on a list of stuff, like on your data list or something. Where's a good place to put it? I would put it on the ship's cargo list. 0 tons. And just go encrypted, locked out, Dr. Tekawari, Takewari, research notes. Because with the full project, you could spend some time and crack this shit.
Mm-hmm. But right now, it's just going to be our undoing.
Yeah, right now it's just you got locked out because you can't roll the dice good.
That's fair. That's
Ouch.
fair. That's fair. It's not like any of us could do anything.
Okay, so you basically searched this room. You found out who this Dr. Tekawari is and found his research notes, but managed to get them all locked up on yourselves. What are you guys doing now?
So it said that the facility had been boarded. It was referring to up to the point when they were boarded by the Marquis probably.
Presumably, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Because the doctor, unless he's sitting in the next office or something, it's unlikely he was close enough to send this when you guys landed.
Right. Well, at least they were alerted, so there's a good chance that they might be holed up somewhere.
Yeah, I think let's just keep tricking through.
Okay, are you checking into these other offices, or are you going to move on?
Yeah, let's go one by one, I guess.
Okay.
Maybe just checking to make sure they're all locked. Are we actually going to break into all of them? Or?
Yeah, it's a bit of work to break into individual offices.
Yeah.
Let's just check them all, and if any of them are unlocked, take it in.
We'll take that as you should go in here.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 of the offices are unlocked. 1 of them is locked.
See, only one.
I can't hear you, Brian. Oh, sorry.
What? I wasn't saying.
I accidentally was looking at the Twitch stream and not the...
Why do you have the Twitch stream open, though? That's what I want.
Good question.
Dr. Mathis Tour's office is locked, and the other 3 scientists' offices are unlocked. There's nobody in their offices. They're pretty much like we described, except appropriate to their species, mostly humans.
There's only one more unlocked. I mean, locked one. Maybe we could
Do
just...
you want to try to open it up?
If you want to just pop it open just to, so we know this area is clear.
Yeah. Let's try... okay. I'm just going to try threat 2 again.
Yeah, it's exactly the same door.
Okay.
Boom.
Oh, yes.
Oh, you get a charge.
Sweet. I love me some charge.
So you probably overcharged by now, eh?
No, I have 1. What?
You got charged last time you did that too, didn't you?
Oh, I did. Didn't I?
Oh no, you got 3 successes. So this is the first charge you got back. Awesome. So you have charge finally. Yay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you open the door, and this is obviously a human-style office. There is this room looks like it's been tossed.
Uh-huh.
Like it looks like someone smashed this room up, like aggressively.
Huh.
Everything's been smashed. Like
Well,
the
deep
desk
scan.
has been smashed.
Scan. What about
Okay.
Yeah. They were looking for
Head
something.
Scan Nob Deebs.
Maybe they-
Who said
possibly
scan,
they-
scan 3 times.
scan?
That's like-
Scan. Threat 3?
4. It's a total mess.
Total mess. Boom.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so you kind of move through this. It looks like someone mostly did this with like a bat or something, like maybe a piece of metal. They
Just smashed everything?
they just came in and smashed everything, and on things it looks like it was carved with like maybe the same piece of equipment that was pointy or something. Like you don't really know what it looks like. Maybe it was some piece of, like a crowbar or something. It was carved on it. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, and it's all over the walls. It's been
What?
scratched into the walls. It was hard to see because there was like stuff all up against them, and like these curtains and stuff that because it's a pointy weapon, you can't really see it until you look kind of sideways across the walls.
Yeah.
You know how like
Uh-huh.
if you
Yeah.
scratch into a really like plastic wall, you can't see it straight on, but when you look sideways, it says "get out" like repeatedly all over the walls.
So
Oh.
is somebody in here or trapped in?
You
here?
did not find anyone or anything. It was just it's
No
been scratched all
remains
over the
of anyone.
walls.
Whoa.
But it was
And,
locked from the inside.
It was locked. There's no like inside locks. I mean, computer.
Humans, they're freaking creepy.
And what else did you find? You also found a bunch of pictures of a scientist. They're all smashed, but the chips, like, it's pretty hard to break nano diamond. Like, carbon nano hyper diamond doesn't smash with a piece of metal very easily.
Right.
I mean, you can shock it enough to get all to disconnect all the ZP stuff from it, but you see a picture of this guy. He looks like a kind of a nondescript skinny guy. There's a couple of vacation photos. He kind of looks kind of just like looks like he's out of his element. Kind of skinny, nondescript guy. I mean, he's wearing almost the same clothes and everything. Like he just bought one set of vacation clothes or made the same set repeatedly.
Do I know his field by looking at his doctor credentials?
Oh yeah, it would have been listed on the door. He is a biologist.
Oh, biologist.
Xenobiologist.
Xenobiologist. Get out.
So he's a xenobiologist. Well, everybody here's a xeno something.
Xeno something, right? Yeah.
Because I mean, they're studying aliens, so.
Yeah, but his particular
And
expertise.
by xeno, we mean unknown aliens.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yes, he was a xenobiologist with multiple degrees in like genetics and RNA expression and all this stuff. He's got a stack of degrees that aren't on the wall. Like, they don't look like they were on the wall either. They're all stacked up. They're still stacked okay. Like, they're kind of tipped over, but it looks like they're in a stack before. You know, it looks like a stack fell over rather than they were hanging on the wall and fell off.
Like he had no room for all his degrees.
No, like he didn't hang them up because he hadn't done it.
He was new.
He was new, or he was just a big nerd who didn't bother with such things. The same way he didn't seem to bother with his clothes.
Okay. Well, that's creepy. Should we move on? Is there anything else you guys want to do?
No, I'm fine. Moving on.
Yep.
Oh, and you find a bunch of packaging for food that's all been eaten. Like, all of it. He had like a bit of a candy basket or something, and it's all gone.
It's all gone. He was holed up in here, maybe.
Maybe.
Jeez. If I made a search roll, might I find something the scan didn't pick up?
No, you already did that.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
okay.
As you leave, you kind of bump one of the pictures, and you hear this, like, it's like a video. It's got a little audio to it, and it's like 2 seconds of audio. It's like, you don't know. It's like he's about to say something after that, but it's a little creepy as you head down the hall with just the sound of like half a breath repeated in looping that you must have kicked when you walked through the just absolute stockpile of garbage.
Make it stop. Oh my gosh. Do we need to roll for insanity points now?
You might soon.
Yeah.
Maybe. There is a thing for that.
Dead Space match.
There is a fear roll that you can do when.
Oh, that's cool.
If you torture people or something, like if you're involved in it, you have to do it. Witnessing murders and that sort of thing. Killing people in combat don't count. Okay. So you head down the hallway and you enter the next section. Did you want to scan first, or are you just gonna go in?
Well, now that you say that.
No, I was just asking. I didn't want to railroad you into the next room.
We don't go blindly into...
Fine, scanning.
Okay. You know this area is supposed to be the material labs.
Right. Threat is 3 or 4? 3, I think.
3. As you said that, I was like, oh, maybe it should be 4 because the material lab stuff is in the material labs.
0. Oh.
But you failed.
I got 0. Can't scan it. Material labs, 2 material.
So you try to scan through the door and stuff, and it's like they have dampening. It's like they have a bunch of crazy alien shit in there that makes it really hard to scan.
I can't scan these doors. They're made of...
No, like whatever's on the other side of the door. You scan through the door, and it's really hard on the other side. Like it's just bouncing all over the places.
I make up an excuse.
Okay.
Uranium doors, you can't scan them.
Okay. So who's going first into the room?
I will.
Randomly asked that question.
Good boy, good boy, Adi. Good boy.
He's a good boy.
Need some more of that disgusting drink.
It was a good idea that you got this pet human. Very good idea.
Okay, so Adi, so you walk through the door,
and you
see a large lab facility with huge sheets of like stone and artifact materials like you saw in the other location. Not the like the device. There's nothing like that, but big sheets of the other sorts of metals and stuff. There are little pieces of actually tape on them with words written in felt.
Felt pen.
Perhaps they didn't want to actually use hybrid diamond tagging on these materials for some reason.
Why? Oh, okay.
And
old school.
You don't know. And so there's just little labels on it in we'll see it in your chat.
Well, I walk through the door like just swinging wildly.
Some of them are in Mandarin. The labels.
I don't read.
Interchat's not really something you write on.
Do I read them?
People don't write it by hand very often, so it might just be easier to write it in Mandarin.
Oh. I do speak Mandarin.
Yeah, I know Mandarin too.
What does it say?
It's location of find, what the material is. You see actually a small little paper sign or a little sign of plastic. It looks like someone like printed out a piece of plastic, and on the sign in Interchat this time it says not to place ZP tags on materials. Feedback.
Okay, guys, what is our contract for this? We're just supposed to bring back.
You're supposed to investigate the location of the terrorist attack.
Right.
I can show you the contract sheet if you want.
Yeah, we're supposed to find their the location of their base. This doesn't seem like a base.
So
yeah.
This room is pretty much just full of basically material samples of all this crazy alien stuff. There's like pieces of bulwark, and there's like all sorts of things like that. Artifacts galore. Some of them came from the facility you just left. Some of them in this temple mine.
Any 0 point type stuff?
Oh, they're bringing them all here from different sites. This is like the main place that stuff's getting researched, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh,
that's why there's more scientists than one
Oh.
here.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Well.
Okay, so there is a door going down, which is a big, heavy door. And then there's a door going out. You know the big, heavy door goes down to the reactor? The main drive system of the facility?
Which way, Captain?
Which would also probably have like the computer core and that sort of thing in it.
You can't shoot in that room. Set up a chain.
Well, I'll scan both directions anyway. So
okay.
I'll scan.
So scanning through to the cargo bay.
Yeah.
Is
first.
A 4 difficulty, and scanning down into the reactor is a 6. Actually, it should be 7.
Yikes.
Oh, because we're not right next to it.
No, yeah, because 1, it's down a huge set of stairs, and 2, it's super shielded. Because it's a reactor drive core.
Well, we can go slowly. I don't want to start scanning until we're closer.
Okay, so are you going into the cargo, or are you going down into the drive section?
Captain? Which way are we going?
If you go down the drive section, you might be able to get the power up and running. It'd be easier to hack in the core. You could use their core facility to give yourself a bonus.
Let's turn on the power.
Well, no, let's go to the computer core.
Okay. Open the big, thick doors and start going down the stairs.
Okay, these are super, quite steep, these stairs. They kind of can move into like more of a ramp as well. They're slightly adjustable with big mechanical arms. There's lots of security and safety stuff. There's even a hook line that you can hook in your EVA suit as you move down.
Do that.
Okay, you guys all safety link onto that. And you head down, and there's just emergency lighting going down here. So it's basically you're in a dark hallway with like these red lights.
Cool.
This feels like home.
Yeah. And you head down, and it seems to be that it's brighter down at the bottom.
So as we get closer, so I think we're kind of just outside the main room. I'll try and scan in there.
Yeah, is everything? How are like levels of? It's not clear, right, or anything like that.
Sorry?
Like we're not worried about radiation or anything.
No, this is a high-tech facility, so it has at least a similar drive to like your reactor aboard your ship. So it's a 0 point drive which
That's
pulls
good.
power, 0-point energy from space-time.
So I didn't wear my lead underwear. So.
What's the difficulty of scanning into that chamber?
Through that door?
Mm-hmm.
Or with the door open?
Through the door.
Through the door is a 5.
5.
Could open it first.
Yeah, but then it kind of defeats the point of scanning.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But you might as well try.
All right, try 5.
Oh, bummer.
Okay, it just kind of bounces off. There's like a lot of interference. Maybe the drive's damaged.
I check, is it locked?
No,
so
the door doesn't lock.
0 successes. I got.
You rolled 3 fails and 3 successes. The 10 is worth 2, 7's worth 1, and the 1, 3, and the 1 are worth 1 miss each.
They destroyed each other.
Those 6s aren't worth anything. Okay.
Those 6s are not worth anything. Yes, they make them green and stuff because it's still a basic system. I have to get it to do what I want it to do.
That was confusing.
All right.
I open the door, stick my face right in.
Okay, so you open the door, and there is a huge amount. You see the giant. It's a large reactor. It's a huge cube of hyperdiamond.
There she is.
It's pretty much up against the walls and stuff, and so there's kind of facility in front of it. There is a core, much like the core you guys don't have.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful.
A big data core there. And
Clearly
it's flickering slightly, and you see an AI figure who looks like a little alien in a lab coat. It's just flickering.
Cool.
And you need to defend yourself against exposure to...
Shut up. No. Yes? Okay. Of what?
So, what it is you basically, the whole room is full of, like, disrupted space-time because the drive is...
What?
It's a little fucked up right now.
It's gonna... Black hole's gonna...
Doesn't sound great.
Shut the door!
So it's a kind of like radiation or plasma or something like that. But it's basically... It's imbalanced... yeah, it's basically like a pulse from a weapon.
Okay, what am I rolling here?
So you're basically hit with this. Difficulty is 5.
5, and I'm rolling
Yeah, and so this would be a fitness test,
fitness.
endurance, and you can use your shield's energy dissipator to help you if you had that, but you don't. So.
And
you don't have enough charge to use it anyways.
Yes, I do not. Okay. But I do have fitness and endurance, which makes me kind of happy.
So 3v5.
Endurance, right? Okay.
And if you do take damage, this would be the equivalent of energy, so it would do combat armor, would actually protect you from this.
Okay, sorry, it's threat. What was the threat again? Sorry.
5.
5. Son of a bitch.
All the fingers.
Okay. Hold on to your butts.
Hold on. Fail.
Not good.
Fail.
What have you done?
So you basically walk in and you're hit by pretty much like blaster fire that this disrupting reactor is putting through you. You guys will have to either get away from the door really quick or also have to deal with this even if you don't come through, or you can shut the door quickly, but you don't have to deal with this round. You will deal with next round as it spreads beyond the room. Or you can get inside and try to fix it.
Well, I can't fix it, so that's up to you guys.
Okay, so let me tell you the damage first.
I mean, I could try and shield you. So.
Yeah, let's see the damage. If it's
how much you use? 0?
Yeah, it's reasonable. I'm gonna run in there and try to fix it quick. I am a hero of Soviet.
Okay, so it is 3 damage. So
How
it takes
much?
out 1 level of armor.
Okay. Where is that?
So on your outer shell or your ship suit, I would always burn your outer shell first because your ship suit will be there even if you're not wearing your EVA suit.
Combat armor is on my outer shell.
You're actually able to use combat armor for this because it's pretty much the same as what you shoot out of your multi-tool or out of a blaster.
Oh, okay. So I did just click that little shield on.
Click the shield.
It's clicked.
It's burnt. There goes a supply.
Well, I'm thinking that. Let's see.
So fixing this, fixing this would be a big project, but you could try to shut it down, which would be a. What would it be? It would probably be a inscription code task.
Oh, I don't think so. Inscription code for me. Well, I mean, I could try, yeah.
Are you just gonna go in? You guys gonna shut the door behind him, or are you gonna deal with it, or are you gonna run past him? What are you guys doing?
I'm just gonna run for it and.
Okay, because this is the next turn. Nobody did anything the last turn. That was actually no. It was compelled. So I did a compelled task. You get a standard task this round. You can run over there and try to. You can actually do it from here. Once you're inside the room, which you're basically inside now, you can just do it.
And I guess we shut the door. Good luck, man.
So they shut the door behind you, and you're hacking this thing.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the
few. You will always be my friend.
Did
you hear that several months ago, Slater?
What?
When Justin Trudeau referenced that scene in a for a dead MP.
No, I didn't hear about that.
It was the best. I really wanted to record it.
Star Trek?
Yeah. I guess the guy was a bit of a Trekkie, I think. He's like, you will always be my friend. He said to him, said on the House of Commons floor. Anyways,
nice.
Weird stuff that happens in Canadian politics aside. Code time. You got to try to shut down the reactor.
Good luck. Don't die.
Thank you.
Do you have a charge you could throw him that might help him?
Yes, I have a charge.
Oh, you do? Okay.
So I'm going to spend that charge to give me...
And you're using... Well, the problem is you would be using your link development kit.
So I can't... I only have 1, so I couldn't spend 2 to get 1, right?
Yeah. Unless someone wants to give you 1.
Well, I can give him charge?
Yeah.
What?
Give me charge right through that door, you son of a bitch.
Right before you shut the door, you can pass him charge.
All right, here, take this one.
Please, thank you.
So you can spend 2 to get 1 extra die in development kit, and the difficulty of this is a scientific task that is pretty difficult. Let me double check. I just read all these. Tech chat.
Stay tuned.
4 difficulty. It's a hard task.
Okay. I run at this thing with a wrench.
No pressure. It's just going to be space-time ruptures all throughout the facility. We're all going to die if you don't make this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be great when you roll a -3. Fortunately, that's empty, so...
Oh, good.
Okay. Here goes. Yes.
Okay,
yes!
So you rush in and you like flip up the whole systems thing up on your pan because you're right there, and shutting down the reactor is actually not protected right now. It's like the AI is fucked up or something. It pops up and you like shut down as you run through the shutdown process, which you have to like manually input because the drive's so fucked. And it powers down and basically goes to like constructs are still there, but it's not pulling power anymore.
It's not bombarding my junk with
reset
antimatter anymore.
Nope. And since you already did that task, you're good.
Oh, I lay on the ground.
Okay, so it's kind of dark, and there's some lights, and you see a little alien above you, and he looks at you repeatedly, and he's like, "Identity required. Who are you?"
I give him my Audi of the Auspicious USS RS Auspicious.
FRS.
FRS Auspicious Audi.
FRS
I do not recognize your ID.
I don't recognize your ID.
Our systems seem to be down. We do not have full sensors.
No.
The reactor has been shut down.
Yeah. It was killing me.
It is quite damaged.
Can you... Is it repairable?
Yes, it's going to be quite the task and will take time and materials.
Okay, so
which you do not have. They might have some of those materials in one of the cargo bays, but...
I tell them we're sent by the company.
I guess we'll peek in the door and...
yeah, you notice everything goes dark, like the kind of weird, like...
You're not going to open the door.
Space-time... The space-time knots produce a lot of, especially when they're not well designed, produce a lot of extra photons. So they actually get created quite a bit.
You close your eyes and you see like flashing.
So that's all gone now.
Yeah.
So it's now dark in there and just has the same emergency lighting as anywhere else.
I'm like, come on in, you're welcome.
So he just kind of ran into like a crazy person and hacked it and encoded it to stop.
Sweet.
Nicely done.
Thank you. This little guy says he doesn't recognize me.
It's no surprise.
You see the station's AI.
All the systems are heavily damaged. That's not surprising that it's not fully functioning properly.
He looks at you and go, "Are you the boarders? We have an emergency because of boarding."
We are
not the boarders.
The response to the boarders.
He's like, "Yes, boarding happened," and he gives you pretty much exactly the same time that the other places were attacked.
Okay.
Boarding occurred at blah 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 time. I don't know how long ago that was.
At what point did the reactor go down? Does he know that?
Or shortly after that.
Okay. Some bitches.
He won't give you any sensitive information, so he doesn't talk about like who accessed it or anything like that. He just gives you basically a rundown of when things happened. There was boarding.
Was he able to ID them?
No. He doesn't give you that info if he has it. That would be secure information. Just like whoever accessed him and all that data is all secure. You'd have to hack in to get it.
Is there any...
just tell him that...
You can tell him that. He's talking to you.
We would tell him if he still has any contact with any members of the facility to relay to them the information that we are here and where we are.
Everything's so shut down that he actually has very little contact with anything. He's basically stuck in the core.
Yeah.
All the other facilities, he's like... He just starts going, sensors, dark, habitation unit, blue. And then he just keeps going through. And it's giving you some sort of codes you might not know. I mean, you have XMI You have XMI, right? F2? As an association?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you kind of recognize the codes. He's basically... Like, blue means, like, this minimal action for the life support systems. The most power that currently exists is in the collection buoy and both cargo bays. And the rest of the facility is pretty much down. There is actually something broken outside the suites. Where you guys thought there was something out. You had the movement that you detected. There's something broken
there.
He doesn't know what it is. He just gives it the code that he gives, like tan or something, means minor damage. We're not really sure what that means. Yes, it could be anything from a door to a slight leak, but not anything that would really matter. To a giant rat infestation. Like, it could mean all sorts of things.
Tentacle monster, whatever.
Kobolds.
Definitely kobolds. There's definitely kobolds. It's kobold. That's the code. It's kobold.
Kobold.
It's like sweet. It's kobold. What?
Code kobold. I like it. Sounds. Is there anything else could be of use to us that we would know about?
He's an AI. I mean, he doesn't really. I mean, he's like him and Dell kind of look at each other and it's like, I think this guy doesn't know very much.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know. I was like, yeah.
No, I mean, he knows stuff, but you'd have to hack past the security.
He won't tell us, yeah. Right.
And then you could probably get things like every person who's accessed it, last known location of all members of everybody on board, all that sort of stuff. But that's all behind, like, firewall. I mean, last thing you want if someone attacked your ship is to be able to get all that info.
Well, he could provide us with, like, a schematics of the facility, or we have a map. But...
You already have a basic map.
Okay. Now, I want the ducks. I want to crawl through the ducks.
It's bio arteries, and crawling through those is terrifying. Most people crawl around them, but
that's what I do.
Yeah, these aren't Jeffrey's tubes.
Yeah, there's no guy named Jeffries in this universe.
Okay.
No Jeffs whatsoever.
Is there any crazy writing here, or any dead people?
No, you don't see anything like that. Somebody with you could try to investigate how this happened. This isn't not a normal thing to actually happen.
Yeah.
I mean, there's lots of things that could cause it.
Or why would anybody...
like weapons fire and stuff, like most of the stuff that happened aboard your ship wouldn't really cause this too much. I mean, they can cause flashes, but not usually sustained. Usually reroutes and stuff, right?
So you're saying, and maybe we think it might have been done on purpose, maybe? Because you would have to, like, try to do this, too?
Yeah, you have to try to do it. I don't know, you saw a weird alien artifact before. You could break things in just the right way with maybe, like, actual mechanical... But it was ongoing. It's like it didn't shut down, like, keep pulling in materials and just straight through broken and badly configured components and stuff.
And the way I fixed it, could I tell if it was manipulated the right way to break it? Or if it was just random?
You can do a roll on that.
Yeah.
So... This roll would be a trace, inscription trace.
Okay. I'll try it.
Which is kind of like the inscription analysis. It's usually used to like trace locations of networks and stuff, but I also like trace like information from them and stuff.
Okay.
What caused certain problems. And you can use your link, but you don't have any codes for it.
What's the threat?
Yeah, threat is also 5.
3?
5.
No.
Okay.
You get a charge.
Do I?
Was it desperate?
Was it desperate?
It was.
It was desperate. Oh, I love me some charge.
Okay, so when you try to search for this information, you basically, the alien disappears.
Mm-hmm.
The light just kind of turns red, and you're locked out of the entire core.
I didn't need it anyway.
And then there's a little message about being boarded, evacuation, like we saw before.
Yeah, I just throw the.
This is all the. I put my credit card number in too many times, and
yeah.
Let's try now you're gonna be on hold for hours. Okay, so what are you guys gonna do now?
Yeah, let's move on.
It's 10 o'clock. We could call it there, or we
could. A good place to call
I think it's a good place.
It's not a bad place, yeah.
So we're gonna say you're leaving this room and heading up the stairs towards one of the cargo bays, probably.
Suddenly want a burrito right now for some reason.
Picante.
That looks good.
Where'd you get the burrito?
Budgies.
I don't know that place.
What? Vancouver.
Probably on Main? I don't live there anymore.
Just off Main.
Yeah.
You guys ever come to Vancouver? Budgies Burritos.
Budgies, I'll remember.
Budgies, like the bird?
Yep.
Cool. I'll remember that. Come there all the time. Okay, guys. Thanks for playing. I hope you guys had fun.
Yeah, hella fun.
Thanks for saving the day, Audi.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That was pretty impressive. He like rolled forth and
I know, it was fun.
Hacked the computer.
Cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
See you guys later.
See you guys
all right.
next Monday.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Yeah.